Altogether, I've lost over 100 pounds since the beginning of my journey. Uh, well, I do remember feeling very embarrassed at where I had arrived at in life physically. When I go back and look at some of those photographs from 2018, 2019, it's really hard to look at some of those pictures to see what had happened just for years of inactivity. And so I think part of it was just a little bit of embarrassment. Some of it was, both of my parents died at the age of 73, and neither one of them had ever been very active doing any intentional exercise. And as I get closer to their age, I started thinking about that a little bit more too, like wanting to start using things before I started losing them.
Yeah. Before you started?
One of the things is that when I was younger, in my 20s, I used to do some recreational runs like 5Ks and turkey trots and things like that. I actually hadn't done anything like that in over 30 years and really had a desire to get back into doing that. Well, I remember when I first started running around the track out here, I could run from one light post to the next. My first cardio session, I ran from one light post to the next. I had to stop and walk. And it took me a couple of months to get to where I could do any distance. Then I ran my first 5K in June of 2019. In January, I set a goal of running 24 5Ks. So I've just this past weekend, I completed number 12. And so I have 12 more to go. And as I get into the second half of the year, I'm hoping to actually make even think about things like some of my times and work on some of those aspects of it. But really, more than anything, it's just doing it. When I think back to where I was at the beginning of 2019, I hadn't run in 30 years, could barely make a light post out here at the track. And now I've done 12 5Ks so far in 2022.
Yeah, so he's
very encouraged.
Inspiring us, so we want to hopefully inspire you by sharing his story. He went from doing nothing for 30 years for 5Ks, now he's done 12 in just 6 months. So congratulations. Thank you.
A little bit. Altogether, I've lost over 100 pounds since the beginning of my journey.